I see it as the top of the hour, but many people are still logging in, so we'll wait a minute or two to start.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Okay, good afternoon. We're going to go ahead and start with the housekeeping while everybody else is still joining. All guests are joining in mute mode. Throughout the presentation, you can submit any questions you have through the question box in the to-go meeting icon. And at the end of the presentation, we'll read them and reply. This session is being recorded, and both the slides and the recording will be made available to you in a follow-up email. Within that email will be a link to a survey. We appreciate your feedback, taking some time to let us know what you liked or what we could do better for you. It helps us prepare in future presentations to bring you content that is of interest and value to you. So thank you for joining our Postal Power session today. We're going to dive into how, when earning postage discounts with USPS Promotions, you can kick up and improve your marketing successes. We have a skilled panel of marketing experts with us today. They're going to share their experiences and their insights. I'm Deborah Demore. I'm Director of Postal Affairs for Enru Logistics and Postal Optimization. Also from Enru's Dan Hickey. As a co-host, we have Kodi Collective, David Bowman, and John Masick. And then our special guest today is Laura Donnelly of Navistone. She's going to share her knowledge on how to make retargeting work for you. Okay, so let's look over what we're going to cover in this presentation. We're going to review the promotions available for the remainder of the calendar year with an emphasis on the newest offering in the marketing space, retargeting. We will also review the 2024 promotion calendar and any known changes. New, as part of the July 9th, 2023 postage increase, is a marriage mail. While it's not a promotion, it does have a large incentive associated with it. So we'll examine the qualifications and event it benefits you. A few vital details to review about the promotions. All user guides are on Postal Pro, along with multiple resources on the Mailing Promotions portal and registration process. With each promotion, the Postal Service requires mailers to use the Mailing Promotions portal for sample upload and questions versus emailing directly to the promotions team. This allows for all to be housed in a CRM and a ticket number created for each service request. Only one promotional discount per mail piece can be taken. You'll see on the calendar that there are overlap on some of the promotions, so you'll have to determine which ones work best for you. Participating in Commingle, CoPal, or CoMail does not exclude you from taking a discount. Your mailing documentation must have the promotion information in it at the time of mailing. The Postal Service will not retro rebate at a later date. This is the full 2023 year calendar. We're going to touch on just the ones that you can take from now until the end of the year. Those include the emerging technology, the reply mail IMBA, informed delivery, and retargeting. As the popular tactile, sensory, and interactive promotion comes to an end this month, it's time to choose your next marketing mail promotion for August and beyond mailings. The Emerging Technology promotion, which opened on May 1st, will be available until November 30th. You can use marketing mail letters and flats, as well as first-class letters and flats. There are 8 ways to participate, with discounts ranging from 3 to 4% based on the type of technology used. Mobile shopping is now part of this promotion, offering a 3% discount. Over to John Masick with Kodi, who's going to explain a bit more about the advanced technologies that qualify for the larger 4% discount, as well as enhancing the marketing value of your mail piece. John?
Thanks, Deb. Hi, everybody. John Masick from Kodi Collective's Creative and Marketing Execution team. As Deb mentioned, the USPS Emerging Technology Program is currently running for any mailings done prior to November 30th. There's a number of ways to participate, and we've seen many brands and most brands try to obtain the 4% discount level, and that's what you're seeing on the screen right now. Of these 4% options, we've seen greater implementation of mixed reality and virtual reality. This is blending the virtual space with real-life photography or video, and enabling the consumer to have increased engagement by going through this experience that's triggered by a QR code on the mailing piece. Brands and their agencies can create a turnkey user experience by doing this, and it's all through the QR code that's added to the mailing piece that you would send out prior to November 30th. This example was done with 360 photography at a furniture showroom, and dropped in with some hot spots to increase engagement and also make easy path to purchase for the products that are exhibited within this virtual showroom. It drives engagements, shows features and benefits, and as I mentioned, also drives e-com purchases. And Deb will take a look at the next one. Now, the post office does require for the 4% the use of a headset or goggles. We at Kodi Collective have designed these in the past so that they can also be viewed on a desktop as well. But the post office does require a call to action that includes use your headset or goggles to view this experience. What you're seeing now is what that user experience might look like with a headset or goggles, and you'll see the hot spots within this virtual environment of an apparel catalog that was triggered through a QR code that can easily be placed on any page within the mailing piece. These can be designed to work on a desktop, mobile, or using the headset or goggles, so you're not necessarily limited by the headset and goggles, but the call to action does need to be there per the post office requirements. Again, you could shop and learn more about the products and what it looks like on a desktop. If you go to the next screen, Deb, you could show that as well. Would just be a virtual room set where you can go in, click on a hotspot, make a purchase, or learn more about that specific product. This can be done with any of your print partners, agencies, and this would get you that 4% discount in the postal savings. As an added bonus for 2024, and Deb's going to touch on this later, the Emerging Technologies promotion will run it during any 6-month period in 2024. Most brands would probably then be looking to implement this in January of 2024 because there's no other promotions running. So now's the time to start thinking about how you want to implement emerging technologies into your mail pieces for next year, and to drive this additional engagement, that print to digital bridge that we're looking to engage with, and the USPS is looking to implement in all of your mailing pieces. And I'll pass this back to you, Deb, so then you can talk a little bit more about reply mail.
Thanks, John. Retired the Earn Value promotion and replaced it this year with the IMBA promotion. This requires enrollment of your qualified business reply mail in the Intelligent Mail barcode accounting system. The discount is 3 or 6%, excuse me, and it's based on the barcode, if it's serialized or if it's static. And the discount is on the monthly invoicing on the pieces returned during that July to December timeframe. Regular BRM does not qualify. Only qualified business reply mail and high volume quality business reply mail qualify. Informed deliveries back this year, running August 1st through the end of 2023. The promotion incentive remains at 4% to the mailer, and this year the Postal Service is adding an additional 0.5% to the e-doc submitter. Another added item this year is an inclusion of marketing mail DDU entered saturation flats. Prior, they would not qualify for the discount. USPS has several training aids on how to participate and create your own campaigns. At the back of this deck, I've included a slide with links to all of those valuable resources. As you can see, the reach of informed delivery has exceeded 30% of households, and it continues to grow as consumers on board. Retargeting is the Postal Service newest promotion. It's an incentive for marketers to send out a first-class postcard based on a recent website visit or mobile app visit, mainly for those that have not converted. It's a way to reach out via direct mail to someone who has shown an interest in your products or services. Registration for the promotion opens up this Saturday, July 15th, and it runs through September through the end of November. The discount on this promotion is 5%. This is only open to first-class postcards, and they must be of the size 4.25 by 6 or 6 by 9 sizes. There's an additional 2 new service type IDs, STIDs, that will become effective on September 1st. These must be used on pieces applying for the promotion. Now you can continue to use these after the promotional period, but you'll only get the incentive during the promotion period. The approval process can be completed by the mailer or by a mail service provider on behalf of a mailer. It's not a blanket per MSP process though. The approval process must be completed for each customer. Using the Mailing Promotions portal, you select the Ask a Question option. Using the drop-down, select Retargeting, and then select Request a Meeting for Retargeting Technology. After selecting Next, it will allow you to upload documentation. The documentation should include a schematic or graphic of the process flow and a descriptor of your technology. If it's clear and in line with the requirements, the Postal Service will send you a pre-approval email. If it's not, they're going to request that you meet with them to discuss and provide more details. This process must be completed once for each customer. And then once the technology's been approved, you'll need to submit a digital image of your mail piece along with the letter that approved your technology. You complete this step through the Mailing Promotions portal Submit Mail Piece option. This needs to be completed for each customer, even if all are using the same technology. But this only needs to be completed once for each customer during the promotion period. Now that I've shared the postal requirements, Lori's going to explain in more detail exactly what retargeting is and how it's used as a marketing tool. Lori?
Hi, I'm Lori Donnelly with Navistone, and I will take you through a little bit about retargeting as a whole and how it is that we are doing this particular marketing process. So we know that brands are spending billions of dollars annually driving traffic to their site, but the majority of the traffic leaves without converting or identifying themselves. People are inundated with digital impressions and email, which are becoming less effective and more expensive. Direct mail is something that the consumer can see, feel, and touch. Response rates are 10 to 30 times higher than digital, with a 70% higher recall rate and a much higher staying power in the house. Digitally powered mail is actually now the fastest growing digital channel. So it is a great time to get it started to help you grow your customer file. Navistone's solution for personalized mail retargeting is all based on first-party cookies. We match 65 to 70% of the anonymous traffic on the site to a postal name and address. These are then modeled to determine which are most likely to convert. The matched and modeled browsers are sent daily to Kodi to print, and then they are mailed first class to capture the recency and take advantage of this upcoming postal discount. When we're marketing to your high intent website visitors, digitally powered mail allows you to reach the right audience, capture recency, and personalize the outreach. But not all browsers are the same. They're not all equal in their worthiness of a direct mail piece. The modeling that we are doing is based on engagement, interest, and intent. And this modeling is a substantial driver in the higher response rates that clients are seeing. Your decision to add digitally powered mail to your marketing mix allows you to take advantage of these direct mail strategies for new customer acquisition, customer retention, and email unsubscribes, just to name a few. We are also able to prospect with a lookalike audience that finds consumers who are browsing other websites visited by your best browsers. These consumers look like your best website visitors, but have not been to your website specifically. It's a powerful way to reach a larger audience and drive more conversions among pure prospects. The productive increase is about 40% compared to other prospecting opportunities. Digitally powered mail works across a number of different verticals and categories that have a considered purchase. So call it $100 or more from an average order standpoint inside apparel, automotive, education, e-commerce, financial, furniture, home services, nonprofit, and travel. Lots more opportunities beyond this, but gives you at least an overview. Thank you, Deb.
Okay. So the 2024 promotions have been announced and approved. They include all of the same promotions from 2023 with the same discounts and promotions, with the exception of the emerging technology. A mailer will be able to define their own 6-month participation period. The technical specifications on how that's going to work are still being worked through the user group 8 of MTech. So we should have some more information about that a little bit later. As I mentioned earlier, I wanted to talk a little about marriage mail. The Postal Service introduced with the July postage increase a new 10% incentive for marriage mail pieces under 2 ounces. You must be using saturation or EDDM marketing mail letter or flats. They must be under 2 ounces, and very important that they mail 10 or more times a year. Each piece must have a minimum of 4 advertisers. The mail piece can be 1 sheet, or it can be multiple sheets of bound or inserted sheets. The incentive will come directly off of the postage statement. The Postal Service has made it a requirement that you keep a copy of each mail piece for at least 15 months so that you can be subject to a random audit. Now, this is an incentive, not a promotion. So you're eligible to take a promotional discount on top of the incentive if you qualify. So I think this one has gone a little under the radar when the rate case went out, and not everybody realizes they think of marriage mail strictly as the inserted blue envelope, when actually this could be something of a travel guide, restaurant reviews, tourism, items where you're producing a catalog or a mailing that has advertisements for multiple companies. Important though to remember that it must be under 2 ounces. And this is identified within the e-documentation when your mailing submitted. Included at the back here, all of the contact information for the panelists, in case you have some very specific questions that we don't cover and we have to do any more follow-up. And as I promised, I've included a resource page. I've listed here some of the links that are available to the technical guides, to some recorded tutorials, to some job aids, to some useful information especially when you get into some more of the technical details. We're going to go ahead and take questions, but there might be some that are covered better in the technical guides. Megan and Genevieve, do we have any questions? I know we covered a lot of information in a rather fast pace, so we can go back to any of these topics.
Yeah. The first question we have is, what are the maximum sizing and mailing requirements for the USPS retargeting promotion?
Okay, that one again is excuse me, it's a postcard. It has to mail at first class postage. They've given 2 different size dimensions that are going to be available. It's 4.25 by 6 or 6 by 9. And again, that's first class. And I should mention too, I've heard it asked before if nonprofits can participate in this promotion, and a nonprofit company who may have visitors at their site for donations who've left before completing that can participate in a retargeting program, but it's not at nonprofit postage rates. It would be at first class rates. And Lori and Dan can probably give you a little more information about how you have to judge out the cost of participating in this versus the expected buy or donation to it.
Okay, thank you. The second question we have, are there any KPIs for retargeting programs that can help me determine if it would be effective for my business?
I think that's to Dan or Lori there.
I'll answer from the standpoint of modeling. KPIs are one of the things that we are taking into account. So what sort of KPI do you need specifically? And then the scoring and modeling that we are doing is associated with those particular KPIs.
And Lori, does Navistone have a dashboard that indicates the KPIs by mailing event?
We do, yes. So you do have visibility into the return on ad spend, the average order, the cost per acquisition, how many pieces have mailed, how many people have come back to the site, all of the metrics broken down by the category that is being mailed or the audience segmentation, so that you can see how those KPIs are accounted for in the mailing.
And those metrics are updated on a weekly basis?
No, they're actually updated on a daily basis.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Just to note something on the postal end for the retargeting too, as I mentioned, this is on first class postcards only. And I don't know if you noticed, but this past weekend, we've all experienced a postage increase. Most of it has been in the range of 4 to 8+%. But on the first class postcard, the Postal Service only increased it about 1.3%. So it received one of the lowest increases this year. So I think they're really hoping to see a lot of onboarding and buy-in to this new technology.
And just to comment on the postcard size, I know Lori and David at Kodi, they do see a much higher response rate on the 6x9 postcards versus the 4.25 by 6.
Yes, the difference between the two sizes is pretty substantial with regards to results. It's typically about 30 to 35% lift over the smaller size with the 6x9. So based on the relatively small differential in printing price, it definitely makes up for it with regards to results and being able to get that added real estate.
Yeah, and the same is true with customers that we have that have done testing on both the smaller size and the larger size. They have all moved over to the 6x9.
Okay, I do see another question. Do you see any of these promotions being useful for B2B marketing? It seems most would be useful for B2C marketing.
Retargeting, I would definitely say B2C. The informed delivery.
Lori, you've seen some success with B2B as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, inside B2B, it really comes down to what your goals are specifically. So the database is all consumer home addresses that they are being mailed to. But since more folks are working at home these days, we have found that companies that are fine to reach out to that target at home works just as well, but it does need to be okay for them to mail into the home address as opposed to needing to get it to somebody's office specifically.
And the emerging and advanced technology pieces are also quite valuable for B2B direct mail pieces. So I do see a lot of increased lift and engagement and all the analytics reporting that's behind the scenes. You have daily access to a dashboard as well for those types of programs. So B2B direct mailers are utilizing emerging and advanced technology and getting that 3 or 4% discount. So there is a space for that also.
Okay, thank you. Another question we have, what kind of in-home delivery can we expect, the time frame?
I can take that one. On the retargeting programs, those are produced and mailed out within next day, within 24 hours. And typically you'll see an in-home anywhere between 2 to 4 days from list creation, and no longer than 5.
So on the website on a Monday, you have a postcard by Friday?
That is correct, Friday or Saturday.
Okay, awesome. Can I participate in the retargeting and the emerging technology or informed delivery promotion at the same time?
Yes. The emerging technology, as a cataloger, you can participate with marketing mail postage, and then you can use the retargeting with the first class mail postage. Those are 2 different mail pieces. So you can use multiple promotions during the same promotional period, but you can only take a discount one per each mail piece. And since those would be 2 different mail pieces, and that's the same thing for the IMBA also. That's a discount on an incoming mail piece. And so if you're taking a promotion on an outgoing piece that contained that QRBM, you can take that promotion, and then as that comes through the IMBA system, you would get another promotional discount on that incoming piece.
Okay, great. A little bit of the same. If I get one technology approved for the retargeting, can I use that same technology across multiple customers and mailings?
You can use that same technology, but you must have it approved per customer. So if you're a mail service provider and you have a technology created for retargeting and you're going to use that across multiple customers, you can create the documentation for that process, including the process flow and the description. And then you would go through the process of submitting it through the Ask a Question for each of your customers. So if you have A, B, and C, you would do it once for A, and you could submit the exact same documentation for B and the exact same documentation for C. And then once you receive that approval, pre-approval letter on the technology, just because you get it, the pre-approval letter on technology A, you still need to wait for it on B and C. Once you receive that for A, you can submit that digital piece and that pre-approval letter for that customer, and then you would, and the submit mail piece process on the mailing promotions portal, and you'd complete that same step for each of your customers. And then you only need to do that one time for the customer, and then if they continue to mail throughout the promotional period using that same technology, they're approved without submitting a new mail piece each day.
Thank you. Will there be any additional promotions for 2024?
We don't know for sure. The Postal Service has told us to expect that we will see another postage increase in January 2024, likely that third Sunday there. And they are, even though they've announced the 2024 calendar and promotions that were approved with this July increase, which is great to give us, a longer runway so we know what our timeframes are and what we can do. It doesn't prohibit them from submitting additional promotions for 2024. There's a possibility there may be a mail growth incentive. There's other discussions about what they can do. In the resources, I also included a link to a promotion suggestion form. The Mailers Technical Advisory Committee User Group 8, which works on mailing promotions, has created a way for mail stakeholders to submit suggestions. So if you have an idea about something that you think would be a good promotion, you can submit it through that process. They're looking ahead specifically to 2025 for promotion ideas. So make sure you use that if you've got an idea.
Okay, thank you. That looks like all of our questions. So thank you. Any closing remarks?
I want to go down the panel line. Yeah, we went pretty fast through this. This was a lot of information, and I was a little worried we wouldn't have time to cover it, so I might have spoke a little too fast. So if we go to Lori, if there's anything additional you want to share, and then we'll go around.
I think most importantly is that with this promotion coming, it's a great time to really test this channel and be able to take advantage of the growth in this area and see the results for yourself. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, as noted earlier, emerging and advanced technology running at the same time as some of these other promotions, the plans might already be in place for 2023. But looking ahead to 2024, keep it in mind as an option for, especially for January, when it looks like there will be no other postal promotions happening. And it's relatively easy to implement. Look for the right partner to help you implement that with new photography, virtual reality, and mixed reality. And then you have the other options as well for the 3% option. Take a look at that in the guidelines and reach out to your trusted partner to help you get that discount.
Dan? Anything from you?
Yeah, sure. I think it's a great time to get involved with the retargeting postcards and direct mail. I know David at Kodi and Lori at Navistone, they're seeing phenomenal growth, over 30% per year. We're predicting that in 3 years, the retargeting postcard volume is going to double. And it's all about response rates. These programs drive high response rates. So I recommend you reach out to either David or Lori and get involved.
And David, anything on the production end that we should know about in that process?
No, just, make sure, right now, and it's been this way for quite a while, costs just continue to rise. And this is a great way to mitigate those cost increases. And, especially with the retargeting and the other promos, but the retargeting specifically, it's a proven winner, and it's something that you can do some testing with and make adjustments to make sure that you're getting your best response rates. So we're here for you. We'll walk you through the process. We'll help with the paperwork. On a lot of it, we can just take care of it for you. So feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you. I did include here in the back of the slides everybody's individual contact information for any follow-up questions that you might have, or if you think of something later, feel free to come back to any of those or to the postal operations team at Enru. We're under postal operations at enru.io. And the slides themselves are available right now. You can download those through the GoToWebinar icon on the screen. But you should be receiving a follow-up email from us in just a couple days here that will have a link to the recording, and you can share that with your peers at the office. And again, please take time and fill out the survey. It does help us, and getting your feedback lets us better develop more presentations. We're happy to have that feedback, and keep an eye out for future emails of other promotions as we roll into the year. And we're still open to take more questions.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, yes. Thank you for attending and for your attention.